afternoon. Welcome. Very good morning. You're watching Mirror Now. I am Afrida Rahman Ali. We are getting you now a big expose that my colleague Neha Hibbale has done in Bengaluru, where we are going to show you how ambulances are trying, private ambulances that is, are trying to make windfall gains out of the situation by overcharging patients when they call in for an ambulance. This is a mega Mirror Now investigation. Bengaluru's private ambulance operators have been exposed for charging a fortune for transporting COVID patients. Mirror Now's Neha Hibbale spoke to as many as 11 private ambulance operators asking for their services and found out that just for a 6 to 7 kilometer distance, they are charging as high as 15,000 rupees for ambulance services. And if the ambulances come with ventilator, then they are charging up to 8,000 rupees more. And this is over and above what the charges are for normal situation before the pandemic. So these are the kind of charges that are being leveled and rather imposed on people who are seeking ambulance services in Bengaluru. My colleague Neha has done this big expose, speaking to as many as 11 private ambulances and trying to give us a picture of the ground reality that's happening right there in Bengaluru. Let's listen into the inputs coming in.
Sir, I needed an ambulance to shift a patient from Banerghatta Road, Arkere to Jayanagar.
Which hospital, madam? Jayanagar?
Apollo Hospital.
Okay. Patient is COVID patient or normal patient?
No. Patient is having breathing issues, but suspected COVID. Result has not yet come.
Okay, madam. 3,500 charges, madam.
This is for your oxygen ambulance.
Yeah, madam.
Can you also please tell me for your ventilator ambulance?
Ventilator ambulance, 9,000 charge, madam.
I just wanted to know, I have a patient that needs to be shifted from Banerghatta Road to Jayanagar and would require an ambulance. The patient has some slight breathing issues. So I just want to understand from you if you can help me with your charges for a regular ICU ambulance as well as a ventilator ambulance.
Madam, ventilator ambulance is 9,000.
Okay.
Normal vehicle is 1,500.
Normal is?
Oxygen vehicle.
Yeah, sorry. Normal is how much? I couldn't catch your voice.
6,500.
6,500, okay. आपके प्राइवेट एम्बुलेंस का क्या चार्जेस है? वो गवर्नमेंट एम्बुलेंस पे जरा भरोसा नहीं है तो इसीलिए पूछ रहे हैं. क्या आपके क्या रेट्स है?
नहीं, कोविड पेशेंट सिम्टम्स क्या है, कुछ है क्या पेशेंट को?
ब्रेथलेसनेस है भैया, बस वही.
4,500 चार्ज होता है मैडम.
ये वेंटिलेटर एम्बुलेंस है.
नॉर्मल एम्बुलेंस मैडम.
और वेंटिलेटर का?
वेंटिलेटर एम्बुलेंस चाहिए तो आपको 9,000 चार्ज होता है मैडम. 1 घंटा टाइम चाहिए मैडम.
ओके, 9,000 रुपीज.
हाँ मैडम.
ओके, और इसमें स्टाफ नर्स भी आएगा?
हाँ, स्टाफ नर्स भी आएगा मैडम.
ओके, ठीक है. और ये वन वे का है आप बोल रहे हैं ना, पिकअप एंड ड्रॉप बस? ओके,
घर में पिकअप करके हॉस्पिटल तक ड्रॉप करेगा.
ओके. और इस ओवर एंड अबव नो अदर चार्जेस ना इस पे?
नो मैडम.
I want to know what your charges is for a ventilator ambulance and a regular ICU ambulance.
Ventilator ambulance 6,000 madam.
Okay.
Regular ambulance 4,000 madam.
Okay, and this would include the nursing staff as well?
Oh madam, staff charges including madam 6,000.
Okay, and this is for COVID and non-COVID patient both, sir?
Non-COVID patient madam.
And for COVID patient, sir?
COVID patient 10,000 madam. With the staff PP kit 10,000 madam local.
Okay, 10,000. Okay, thank you so much. मुझे एक्चुअली एक पेशेंट को शिफ्ट करना है बनेरघट्टा रोड से जयनगर.
नहीं, कोविड है क्या?
नहीं, कोविड अभी कंफर्म नहीं है.
तो कोविड गाड़ी भेजना पड़ेगा मैडम. ओके, और 6,000 होगा मैडम.
ये आपका आईसीयू गाड़ी का बोल रहे हैं कि?
नहीं, आईसीयू गाड़ी वो ज्यादा होगा, 15,000 होगा.
अच्छा, 15,000. ओके, और अगर नॉर्मल चाहिए तो?
नॉर्मल चाहिए 6,000.
Just wanted to know what your charges would be for the regular as well as the ventilator ambulance.
No, it's a COVID or what?
No, COVID suspected, not a confirmed case.
Charge for 5,000.
Okay, and this would be including the ventilator?
Ventilator ambulance also we have. Its the charge is 8,500. Ventilator.
8,500, is it? I want to know what your charges are, sir, for the regular ICU ambulance and the ventilator ambulance.
7,000 madam.
This is for the ventilator ambulance?
No madam, only oxygen.
Okay, can I have for the ventilator ambulance, please? He's having some breathing issues, so.
Madam, it's ventilator vehicle, 15,000, madam.
15,000, is it? Okay, okay, thank you. I just want to know what are your charges, please, for a normal ICU ambulance and for the ventilator ambulance?
6,000.
ये ICU ambulance का है कि वो पूरा ventilator और उस सब के साथ?
ICU ambulance.
और ventilator ambulance का?
8,000 होता है.
I'm going across now to Neha Hebale, who was having those conversations with multiple ambulance operators. Neha, during your coverage, I want to ask first of all, isn't there a cap on what private ambulances can charge? And if there is a cap, how is it that these private ambulances are overcharging? Does it mean that there is no one to monitor or enforce the law? It's not enough to just announce a cap. Somebody has to then also enforce it.
Well, Afrida, that's absolutely correct. Very shocking coming to light here that the government of Karnataka, after being almost 3.5 months into the COVID crisis, has still not set a cap on the prices of the what the private ambulances are charging. We understand now that the government has not even had a discussion on this front with the private hospitals or with the private ambulance services with regard to actually setting a price on the cap. We're seeing patients being ripped off day after day, Afrida, with nearly patients spending anywhere between 10,000 to 20,000 just to be able to avail an ambulance, and so much so that the costs, of course, go up with a ventilator ambulance for a COVID patient. We're seeing how this comes at a time, Afrida, when the government 108 ambulance service is in fact just absolutely unreliable. We've at least reported a good 8 to 9 deaths over the past 1 month, wherein people have died owing to the lack of an ambulance, or wherein the ambulance has turned up late. The government ambulance has either turned up late or it's not turned up. And at a time like this, people are desperate and they're forced to actually resort to taking a private ambulance, coughing up whatever amount is being asked for.
Right. So then there is a serious problem here, because it's not one or two, Neha, and you have taken the trouble of speaking to at least 11 private ambulances, if I did my counting right. Now that means that this is across board, and that also means that all of these private entities are very happily charging this amount, knowing that everyone else is doing the same.
Well, Afrida, that's absolutely right. In fact, with no actual or apparent reason for them not to charge, they are going to continue to, fleece patients. We're seeing that even now, after having brought this, to the notice of the concerned minister, that hospitals are still continuing to charge, that private agencies, hospital and, ambulance services are still continuing to charge, exorbitant amounts. Now, people over here, Afrida, at a time like this, during a crisis, when you're supposed to have, the government actually helping out in ensuring that people get an ambulance on time, you have them doing exactly the opposite. No cap that's set, there's no repercussion for these ambulance agencies, and there's no sort of action that's been initiated against them either.
All right. Yes, we leave it at that. Thanks for joining us, Neha, with the latest updates. And we also, in fact, spoke to relatives of patients who have had to go through this entire ordeal. Let's listen into those voices. What about the patients who seek ambulance services? What do they have to go through? Let's listen in.
2 days back, my cousin was deteriorating very badly. We had to shift him to an hospital which was in Devanahalli. We called an ambulance. After several tries to 108, where we couldn't get an access to an ambulance, we had to call a private ambulance, which charged us like 12,000 rupees from Shivaji Nagar to a hospital in Devanahalli. This is the second time we are experiencing this. Few days back, when my uncle was also hospitalized, the ambulance charged us 20,000 rupees from Shivaji Nagar to Kengeri BJ's Apollo Hospital. With such charges, where a common man cannot even think of affording, forget the hospital charges, we aren't able to meet the expenses of an ambulance, which are supposed to be a total free of cost for a person in need.
Well, my colleague Neha Hebbale also spoke to the Health Minister of Karnataka, confronting him with precisely the questions that we have raised here after this report on the overcharging of private ambulances. The minister said that he was not aware of this problem and assured that he will address it with the Chief Minister. Let's listen.
आप देखो, आप पहले पूछे थे गवर्नमेंट हॉस्पिटल में ज़्यादा चार्ज हो रहे हैं, उसके बारे में गवर्नमेंट डिसीजन ले ले, इसका रेट के ऊपर ज़्यादा नहीं लेना। आप बोल रहे एम्बुलेंस भी ज़्यादा रेट का, उसके बारे में हम
मिनिमम 12,000 चार्ज हो रहा है सर। बॉम्बे और दिल्ली में प्राइसेस कैप हुए हैं सर एम्बुलेंसेस के लिए। कर्नाटक में 12,000 to 30,000 दे रहे हैं पेशेंट।
नहीं, आप बोले तो सही है। इसके बारे में मैं चीफ मिनिस्टर साहब से भी बात करता, अभी जा रहा हूँ चीफ मिनिस्टर साहब के साथ। हम एम्बुलेंस को भी हम रेट फिक्स करके वो रेट पे व्यवस्था करें।
सर अभी ऑलमोस्ट 3 months हो गया है सर, 108 एम्बुलेंस टाइम पे नहीं पहुंच रहा है, इसी कारण प्राइवेट एम्बुलेंस लेना पड़ रहा है सब पेशेंट्स के लिए।
हमारा गवर्नमेंट सरकार करीब 600 एम्बुलेंस लिए, एवरी वार्ड को 2 एम्बुलेंस जैसे लिए, और ज़्यादा व्यवस्था भी करे। मैं ये छोड़ को भी प्राइवेट के लोग को एम्बुलेंस ले को ज़्यादा चार्ज करे, आप क्या बोल रहे हैं इसके बारे में चीफ मिनिस्टर में डिस्कस।
पूरा लिस्ट है, हमने कॉल किया है प्राइवेट एम्बुलेंसेस को
we'll take it.
मिनिमम बेस प्राइस 12,000 सेट किया है।
Shortage in terms of doctors.
In fact, that was the health minister of Karnataka telling us that the rates that have not been capped for private ambulances will now be taken up. We will in fact continue this coverage till the prices are capped of the private ambulances that are being charged to transport patients from one hospital to another.
My colleague Neha is still with us. I want to ask her a question on this particular exchange that she had with the health minister. Now, Neha, this is again very serious. If the health minister comes on camera and says, well, I'm not aware of this problem, isn't he in charge of the health infrastructure? I mean, to my mind, an emergency service like an ambulance should be free, ideally, for people who are seeking health services. The government should actually facilitate that. Now, why is it that the health minister has remained ignorant of such a big problem which you have exposed here on Mirror Now?
Well, Afrida, you know, it's actually one thing. We're seeing how other states have done it. They have brought in a regulation on the prices that are being charged for the private ambulances. So it is a doable thing. Now, for the health minister, you know, to actually be saying that he's not aware of this is very shocking. Let's remember that it's been almost, you know, about a good 3 to 3.5 months since the pandemic hit Karnataka. Ever since then, we're seeing how the prices of these private ambulances have doubled. And even despite that, we're highlighting cases on a daily basis, Afrida, on Mirror Now, wherein patients are paying an exorbitant amount to get an ambulance, wherein government ambulances are not reaching on time. So despite so much of, you know, of course, importance being given to this by, you know, several forums, the government still seems to be very ignorant about this. They've feigned ignorance. We'll really, you know, have to, of course, wait and see as to when they actually set a cap on this price.
All right, so Neha, stay with us. I have Mr. Priyank Kharge, who's a Congress MLA, who's joining me now on the phone line. Mr. Kharge, I want to ask you to begin with, here is a state which initially showed very good sign of dealing with this crisis, and suddenly there is a spurt in the city of Bengaluru. Obviously, people need all possible help and support to come from the state government. We see that sorely missing. What is your view on the private ambulances that we have exposed are overcharging patients today in Bengaluru?
Well, I think the problem is the government has been busy with infighting, and there has been no proper direction that have been given to the private sector. They have failed to take the private sector into confidence. And today, if they are charging exorbitant amount for ambulances, it's because even the government is looking to profit from this pandemic. You have seen that the Bengaluru has 8 corona ministers, and they are not able to rein the pandemic in. They are not able to get the private sector on board to help them with the beds, to help them with the ambulances. So it is a clear failure of the government trying to who themselves are busy in profiteering.
Right, and that is very serious, because at a time like this, when people need all kind of help and support from the government if you are telling us that the government is busy profiteering? But you made a very strong charge there when you said that the government is also profiting from this. How do you say such a thing?
Have documents which the Public Accounts Committee chairman wanted to table in front of the committee and wanted to have a discussion. The speaker intervenes and say, no, the Public Accounts Committee cannot sit during the pandemic and they cannot hold a meeting on this. And this is the first time that the speaker is interfering in a Public Accounts Committee meeting and saying that you should not talk about or you should not discuss about any procurement that has happened during the pandemic. And we have made the documents public. We have been speaking about it. The Congress Legislative Party president has been speaking about it. The PCC president has been speaking about it. And the government has still not been able to convince either the opposition or the public, saying that there has been no profiteering during this pandemic. The PPE kits that have been bought are of low quality. People have the corona warriors have died because of this. There has been an investigation sanctioned by the health by the medical education minister in the Kempegowda Institute of Medical Sciences. There is a sanitizer scam. There is a mask scam, and the government is busy with that. So quite naturally, when the government itself is busy with this, what do you expect from the private sector? They are there for business. The private sector is there for profits. But government is supposed to do the social work. They are also behaving worse than the private sector. They are behaving. They want to make more profits out of it, and they are failing to take the opposition in confidence, the public in confidence. They are not able to justify the rates. What should you say? They have gone on record. Civil servants, IAS officers have gone on record saying, yes, we have paid higher prices than the market.
Okay, we'll have to corroborate all of this information, and the first opportunity we get to ask the state ministers on what you are telling us. I mean, you have listed quite a few things, from low quality PPE to sanitizer scam to overcharging of ventilators, and the government is not being transparent about it. You've made your point very well. Thanks very much, Mr. Priyank Kharge, for joining us. Let me go across to Pramila Nisargi, who's an activist, also joining us now. Pramila Nisargi, good morning. I want to ask you that we are asking a very simple question, that first of all, private entities should not be allowed to exploit the situation. For that purpose, the government announces a cap on the maximum price that ambulances and other essential services or emergency services can charge. But it seems there is no law enforcement. The announcement is only on paper, but on ground, when we did our checks, and if you heard Neha Hibbale's report, private ambulances are overcharging with impunity. How do we address and how do we arrest this problem here?
I want to say, in the beginning itself, this is an era of pandemic. People have to safeguard the lives of the human beings. Necessity, no law. Whatever may be, they have to safeguard it. At the same time, it does not mean that they can charge heavily and then they can make money. I thought one would always say that these are the necessities. Ambulances is a must. So it must be the duty of any government, for that matter, whether it's the state government or the central government, to give free access to ambulances, wherever it is. It is the duty of the government to reimburse if needs be. But at the same time, no private institution can charge heavily. At the same time, yesterday I heard the chief minister saying that there has not been any occasion where they have mismanaged, there is no scam, they have not made money or anything. It is transparent. Chief minister has called upon the opposition members to ask for any document whatsoever, and within 24 hours he is going to provide it. Then that means that I can't really understand the previous person who spoke that the people have made money on the scam. How can you say that? Has he seen the scam? Has he made this happen? Has he asked the government to provide the document? Has Mr. Priyanka Kharge or Siddaramaiah or any person said, I have got access of it? It is not necessary. They are at liberty to keep the document. If there is any mismanagement, if anyone has taken money or made money, Chief Minister has said that they are going to take action. Then that means that I can't really understand people coming and going on, doing some comments which are unnecessary, unwarranted at the time of pandemic. all our duty, whether it be the citizens, opposition members, or any person for
Absolutely.
that matter, help the government to solve the problem. And if any person has to start any money for this ambulance, let us take action against them. This is not that the very ambulance could be seized. Then this could be confiscated and they can make to pay heavy. It's not that. Let us all put our heads together to solve this problem. And if any ambulance, private ambulances are charging, let us take action. These things should not be made heavy. This is not the time for that. That's the time for anything and everything. And I know he was talking about the Public Accounts Committee. It's the domain of the Speaker to find out at this time whether any Public Account Committee can meet or not. It is very strictly in the domain of the Speaker to consider at this time whether it's necessary. That anyway, Public Account Committee could be met any time. And
Okay.
as and when they meet, these things could be taken into consideration. If anyone is guilty, they can take action. Why make more? I can't really understand the mentality of our opposition members at this time when people are facing so much trouble.
Absolutely. There can be absolutely no excuse, Pramila Nesargi, at a time like this to overcharge patients. And what you said is very correct, that this is completely unwarranted. And to begin with, what we found is there is no formally announced cap, private cap, as of now. And in any case, the private ambulances are really taking the liberty to overcharge, something that Mirnau has exposed here today on the channel. Thanks very much for joining us, Pramila Nesargi, and thanks a lot, Neha, for giving us the ground updates. We have breaking news coming in.
I needed an ambulance to shift a patient.
Ventilator ambulance 9,000.
Sir, only for oxygen it will be 8,000.
15,000 होगा.